everyone, welcome to week 4 of our Stephie handbag sew along. Today we'll be finishing it all up. So I know it looks like we have a bunch of pieces still out there, but it really won't take all that long to put them all together and have your completed bag. So the first thing we're going to do is start with our main zipper. This was cut 17 inches long, and I've already installed my zipper pull here. So on the back, I'm going to put on my zipper end. And I haven't done one of these on video before, so I will go ahead and show you how. It's very simple. You just unscrew this little screw on the back, and you don't have to unscrew it all the way, just enough to be able to get your zipper end in there. And you'll just put your zipper, like the fabricy part of your zipper, back behind the coils. And slip this on like so. You can throw some glue in here if you want. My zipper kind of started to ravel now because I've been playing with it, so I'm just going to trim that up a little bit. Okay, and so slip this on here. I'm just going to pull my screw all the way out. Make it easier. I don't want it to fall out while I'm trying to get this on here. Okay, so I've pressed it in there. I want to make sure it looks nice and even, and then put my screw back in. Some glue or double-sided tape in there might not be a terrible idea, but I'm just going to screw it down real good for now. Okay. That looks nice, huh? Alright, and now on the other end, we're just going to separate it a little bit. And I like to pull, basically put my coil to the edge. So I don't really measure it or anything. I have done this quite a bit, and I've learned that I like to put my coils right at the edge. That way I can get it even on both sides. Then when I do that, it's nice and even at the top, okay? Sometimes if you try and measure or something, it throws it off a little bit. So I'll just throw a couple of basting stitches in there. That'll just keep this. I usually go at it from this side. That just keeps those steady while we try and install the zipper. And it's still not behaving, so I'm going to use these and make it behave here. Alright, after you have your zipper ready to go, clean up my area a little bit. We're going to take our lining piece and measure in 1.5 inches from each side, and then we'll know where our zipper is supposed to go. So your zipper will be in between these two marks. So we start with the side with the zipper, this fancy thing, okay? And with our zipper pull to the left-hand side, and we'll just place our coils at that 1.5 inch mark on the left. And pin that. And then stretch it down to the other mark. And we can separate the zipper at this point. We don't have to have it. We don't have to have it all together. We have that zipper end on there, so it won't fly off. And then we'll just pin this side on. And you can baste this if you want, but we're going to be adding our zipper panel at this point, which is these long strips that we cut off of the main. And it has your fleece here on the back. So I'm just going to apply this, and I'll just stitch it all at one time. So now just stitch from your first 1.5 inch mark all the way to your second 1.5 inch mark. And I'm using a 1/4 inch seam allowance here, and it's thick enough with that fleece that I didn't change to my zipper foot on this one. Just be careful on the second end so I know that it's right here. So I'll watch for that spot and I'll back stitch 2. Okay, there's our zipper panel. So now we just flip the zipper panel up and away. Oh, I didn't sew all the way across on the zipper panel. I missed a little spot here. And the other end too. So don't sew just between those 2 marks, just make sure that's where your zipper is. And then I'll slide my zipper out of the way here and go ahead and finish the line. And flip our zipper panel out of the way, or up rather, and then we'll top stitch this. Okay, and now we just repeat the same thing on the other side. So just open your lining up, and again, mark your 1.5 inch spots. Take the other side of your zipper. Make sure it's not twisted or anything. So you could zip it up just to make sure if you want. And go ahead and install the other side of your zipper and the other side of your zipper panel. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Alright, I got both sides installed now. Make sure you've gone ahead and top stitched this. You can even zip your zipper closed and make sure that you like how your zipper ends match up. You want to make sure they're as even as you can get them here. Once you've done that and installed your whole zipper, what we are doing now is sewing up the side seams. So if your top or bottom are mismatched a little bit, it's okay. You want to just make sure mostly that the seam is matched up. So I've gone ahead and put a pin there. I've already sewn this side so you can see what we're doing. Make sure to backstitch because we'll be boxing this corner, and I find it's a lot easier to do a boxed corner if you've backstitched on that side. So we're just going to sew down this at 1/2 inch. And then when we're done, we'll be trimming it down to 1/4 inch, except for about 1/2 inch there at the top. And we'll backstitch here. And then we'll just trim this down. This just helps it to lay flatter later on. And I'll just swing out here. And we'll just swing in on this side, skipping that first 1/2 inch. Alright, so we have that trimmed down. Now we want to box those corners. So we want to press our seam open on this and match up. You should have a pretty good idea of where your middle is there. So match up the middle with that seam. Okay, and I find it easier to get it nice and flat if we kind of make the whole crease go down the bag. If you try and just do it here in this little area, sometimes it gets wonky. So if you make the crease a little bit longer, then it tends to lay a little bit flatter. See there? Okay, so again, 1/2 inch. And I'm going to press that seam open. And we'll also trim this seam to 1/4 inch. And do the other side. Trim this one down also. Alright, now we're going to flip our lining right side out. Make sure that you unzip your interior zipper. Make sure you unzip your interior zipper. It will make life very difficult if you forget. Alright, now we're going to take our exterior that we made before. We're going to start assembling our final bag here. So we're going to put the back with the pocket toward us, and then the interior zipper with the fancy decoration toward us, and slip them in together. So you'll see your zipper kind of edges down like this. That's what you want. You want to make sure it's down in the bag. So we're just going to match up our side seams, and you should already have your strap attached that we basted earlier. So we're going to match up the side seams and our side middles, and then we'll sew around this at 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to go pin this real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so it's all pinned up, and I'm just going to sew 1/2 inch around, and I'm going to do this from the inside, so you can see I have the top here. And then we kind of set it up to go around the corner. Still keeping those edges even though. we round the corner. Okay. And I'm just feeling my straps. They feel straight in there. So now the fun part, we're going to reach inside that interior pocket that we left unzipped and pull the bag out through there. I usually try and reach for that Decoville in the bottom, or even just my vinyl part, and pull one side of that through. Almost there. Even though it may not look like it. Okay, now we just want to make sure everything is nice and pushed out. Push out your vinyl bottom really good. And then we'll just tuck our inside back down in. Purse feet are what's clanging, making noise. I like them though. They're kind of a nice, I haven't done those before, but they're a nice addition. Kind of snazz it up a little bit. Alright. There she is. Now, of course, we want to seal up our pocket. So we'll turn it under. I usually start with the edges and turn those under first, and then put them together like so, and then the other side. Doesn't really matter how much you turn them under, maybe 3/8 of an inch or so, half an inch. And then the side kind of falls into place. Alright, and then we'll just top stitch this about 1/8 of an inch all the way across. It in as well. Now we just want to top stitch along the top, and then I will show you how to do the tassel. I haven't cut mine yet because I wanted to show you how I do it, but we will get to that in a second. So let's top stitch around. It doesn't really matter where you start. And I might go from the inside as well. Top stitching at 1/8 of an inch all the way around. get a little bit thick where that strap is, so be careful there. I know, it's so sticky. It keeps sticking to my table. Made it all around. It looks really nice, doesn't it, with that top stitching? Alright, so for the tassel piece, we cut out a rectangle that's 6 inches wide by 7 inches long. So we're going to measure down. So this is the 7-inch side. We'll measure down 1 inch. And I'm just going to use a pencil to mark it so that it's light enough it won't be seen. And we're going to cut slits every 1/4 inch on this vinyl. So I use, not this little one, but I use a plastic ruler and my rotary cutter. And go up most of the way, but not all the way. So I'll use this little one here. And cut most of the way up, but not all the way. And then again, 1/4 inch. And then I'll take my little scissors and go up to the line. That way it's just a little bit more precise of where I'm ending. So then it ends right at the line. Okay. Now we're going to finish off the whole piece, and then we have one more tassel piece. So this one that will wrap around our O-ring, like so. So when you're done with this, wrap it around. Wrap it all the way around. Okay, make sure you like how it looks hanging on the front of the bag, so you'll probably want that one raw edge to be toward the fabric when you have it hanging on the front of the bag, and then you'll just put a rivet in there. Okay, and that is the end of your Stephie bag. So I hope you enjoyed this sew along. I'll go ahead and finish mine up in a few. Next month we are doing the new fab sling that came out. So I hope you're able to join us for that one. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you all next month. Bye everyone.